And welcome back to the Blue and Gold Report. I'm excited. Our first interview today is with freshman point guard Alex Young. Alex, welcome to the show.
Thank you for having me.
Let's get right into it. You're starting, you're leading the team, you're the general. Did you think about this when you signed your NLI? Did you think I'm getting into the lineup right away, or were you just going to take things as they come?
My first thing when I got on campus was, just to go to practice and compete every day. First of all, I thought playing behind senior guard Derek Flowers was something that would benefit me a lot. I can learn from him. And then as the first, few weeks went by, I started competing, and I thought I had a chance to start for this team. And I've been starting since the 8th game of our season. My first start came against UNLV, and I've just taken pride in, trying to become the floor general, the leader of the team. And as a freshman, it can be hard, but, I'm enjoying the fact that I'm in this role right now.
The Anteaters lose to UC Riverside. That was a winnable game. Lose by 10. What happened there?
Like you said, it was something that we went in thinking we definitely could win that game. We got outplayed. It's kind of tough saying that. We didn't shoot the ball very well in this first half. I remember looking up the scoreboard. We shot 6 of 30 in the first half, which isn't really good. Our defense wasn't the top it should have been. But, they outplayed us, like I said. It just came down to who wanted it more, and at the end they did, and that's reflected on the scoreboard why we lost by 10. So, but we tried to bounce back. We learned from our mistakes, and we're just trying to move forward.
Did you, looking back on the season, do you think, is that a trend if, a couple guys don't score, the team doesn't score, or are you able to, kind of help each other? Is that more of the trend for you guys?
We have so many different options on this team. I mean, everybody's capable of doing different things. Some nights it's Damon lighting up the scoreboard, or it's Chris McNeely or Will Davis, or Adam comes in with a big game. But we have so many different options on this team, and that's something that, benefits us well, is anybody can go off at any given time in the game, or, it's something that we love having, is so many different options out there on the court.
Okay, so let's move the action to the pyramid. UC Irvine, Long Beach State, you entered the week tied for third. Unfortunately, now you slipped a little bit, but what was the strategy against Long Beach State, and how did they come out on top?
The strategy going in was just to compete. It's my first rivalry game that I played in. I felt a lot of emotion going into that game, but it was something that I felt that we were ready for. We had a great week of preparation, but we were down by 5 at halftime. We thought we had a great chance going in the second half. They made a few more plays than we did. They hit a few more shots, and at the end of the day, we just got to buckle down and play for a whole 40 minutes rather than 20.
Now looking forward, Cal Poly tomorrow, Santa Barbara Saturday. Those were two games on the road that we also thought, should have been winnable games, and they were winnable games. I would say last second buzzer beaters or last 2 minutes, maybe they outplayed us. But what was Cal Poly's strategy against UC Irvine the first time around?
The strategy going against Cal Poly was just, they had their four-man, Eversley was, a really good player, and we just had to go in there, and we tried to focus on stopping him and limited his touches. But he kind of got going. The first half we didn't play as well as we wanted to. The second half we really came out strong. And now if we could play like a second half we did at Cal Poly, we definitely could have won that game. Like you said, it came down to a few possessions at the end. We had to start fouling. They made free throws. And at the end of the day, they beat us by, I think, 3 or 4 or something like that. But it was definitely a winnable game. And going in on Wednesday, we're looking for a little bit of revenge.
Cal Poly is now in third at 5-3. So the Anteaters really want that win tomorrow. Santa Barbara 3-5. What was Santa Barbara's plan?
Santa Barbara, they got the big man in the middle, Alan Williams. He had a great game against us the first time. So going in this time, I would imagine we want to kind of, focus on him again and shut him down and not let him get going. And then in the second half, we just got to get out to their shooters. I know they scored like 21 points in 6.5 minutes, so we can't let that happen again. So I would imagine we got to go in, focus on keying on their shooters, and just playing good defense like we know how to.
Let's take it back. What, going into this season, you sign your NLI, you compete for the starting spot. What is the biggest difference for you personally between the high school game and college game?
The biggest difference and adjustment that I had to make coming into UCI was definitely the speed and strength of the game. These are grown men now, not, boys that I'm playing with. So that was probably the biggest thing I had to adjust. But I think it only took me about 2 weeks to, kind of get used to the style of the game and how it's played in college. the guys always are, when they bump into me and I kind of fall back a little bit, they're always saying, go to the weight room, lift some weights. So I'm kind of a slight frame, but, that's probably the biggest adjustment I've had to make is just getting used to the speed and style of the game.
Did you prepare at all over the summer before coming in?
Oh, yeah, definitely. I was in the weight room as much as I possibly could, working out with my dad back home, just trying to, prepare myself because I knew it was going to be a battle coming in here, and I thought I did a good job of preparing, and that's why I think of where I'm at right now.
And hopefully with the new weight room, I think that we'll have by the next fall. I think you'll be able to bulk up a little bit more on the off season.
Yep.
Describe your biggest eye-opening moment this year.
Probably stepping on the floor the first time against Nevada. Coming off the bench in that game, a lot of butterflies running through, a lot of emotions. I was really excited to step onto the floor for the first time, especially against a team like that with NBA prospects on the other side. I just wanted to go out there and play basketball like the way I know how to. The fans were great. My teammates were really supportive of me. Once I hit my first shot, I think it was a three, all the emotions ran out, all the butterflies were gone, and I just started playing basketball again. And then another moment was, playing at UCLA. That was a great game, fun to play against UCLA, big packed 12 team at the New Poly Pavilion. We took them down to the wire. That's probably the game that we really wanted back this year. I hit a big three in that game, but, the games this year is just something that I've been living for my whole life. It's just a dream come true now.
Did any of the upperclassmen prep you? I mean, I know it's hard to be prepped for something like that, but did they give you any words of advice?
They just said go out there, be calm. It's just basketball, have fun with it. Having four seniors that, you kind of look up to and you're always around, they're always giving you advice on things that you can do. And so they're always there to help me.
You're ranked 18th in the nation in assist-to-turnover ratio, so you're taking care of the rock, and you're finding guys to actually finish for you. Was that one of your strengths coming in, or was that something that you worked on this season?
Last year in high school, my senior year of high school, that was one thing I really really took pride in, was taking care of the basketball, because my junior year I didn't really do a good job of that. But coming into UCI, I knew that I'm very good at, creating for my teammates, but that's not like a stat that I look at. I mean, I'm just out there trying to contribute any way I can, and I guess it's working, getting my teammates involved, getting them easy baskets, and taking care of the ball and not turning the ball over.
What part of your game are you looking to improve on, even as we continue through the rest of this Big West season?
Well, definitely keeping up my assists, because I know I love doing that, is getting my teammates involved. But I kind of want to bring out some more of my scoring, because that's what I did a lot in high school. So if I can continue to score the ball well, I think that would contribute to the team. And, keep playing a little better defense. I know that's something I got to start taking more pride in, not allowing my guy to score. But, there's always everything that I like to, pride myself in, is just overall game of basketball.
In high school, were you a guy that created your own shot, or were you a spot-up shooter? You do shoot a lot of threes, but I think that's more opportunity because you have Will Davis inside and Connor and Adam. Are you, in high school, were you that guy, or did you slash a little bit more?
Oh, in high school, I had the ball in my hands quite a bit, so I was creating not only for myself, but my teammates like I do here. But yeah, a lot of times it was me trying to create for myself, or, running, if I was off guard, trying to get myself open, free up, and, shoot the three. But a lot of the time in high school, I was scoring the ball.
Now, I've watched quite a few games, mostly at the Bren Center, but you tend to get into the offense pretty quickly. You like to start even before you hit midcourt. Is that something the coaches ask you to do, or is that something you normally do?
The coaches like me to get into the scoring area, which is like the around 3-point line before we start the offense. But I think if we get the offense moving quicker, we can get into it, we can score quicker like we like to. It just keeps the momentum of the game going in our favor, because we like to play that high-tempo type of basketball.
Okay, we're going to take it off the hard court a little bit and get to know you a bit better. You're from Phoenix, Oregon,
Yep.
Not Arizona. I know people mix that up a lot. How did you end up at UC Irvine?
Oh, man, that's a great question. No, but the first time came my junior year, I had a phone call with assistant coach Ryan, and we talked for about an hour and a half, and we really got to know each other. And that was the first time I got in connection with UCI. But the whole time I was thinking, if they ever offered me a scholarship or there was a spot open, I think, that might be a place that I really wanted to go. I looked into it a lot my junior year, even more in my senior year, after I verbally committed after my junior year of high school. But I don't know how a small town kid like me came from Phoenix, Oregon to California, SoCal. But I like my decision and where I'm at right now.
Were you always looking to get out of Oregon? Not that There's nothing wrong with Oregon. Did you want to go away though? For school?
There were some times where I wanted to stay home because I'm a family guy.
Yes, I've heard you're a mama's boy.
I'm a big mama's boy. I'm definitely a big mama's boy. But no, I wanted to get out of state a little bit, but there was times where I wanted to stay home. But I think the best decision came to get out of state and just expand my horizon really.
Now I heard that your mom's British.
Mm-hmm.
And how did your mom and dad meet? Because I think you're originally from the LA area, but you were moved up to Oregon when you were
My
young.
dad is actually from LA.
Okay.
I was born in Portland.
Okay.
I had moved to Phoenix when I was about, I want to say 3.
Okay.
So, but my mom, yeah, she's from Swindon in England,
Okay.
and she moved here when she was about 8. And her and my dad met in college, and I want to say in '88, and
Okay.
they got married in '92. It was kind of weird. My dad probably wouldn't want me to say this, but the first time my mom and my dad went on a date, he had a Flavor Flav clock on and a high flat top with the blonde streak down the middle.
Oh gosh.
So it's kind of weird how they connected. I'm always hearing stories about it, but I'm really happy they did.
Does your mom have the British accent still?
She kind of lost it. I know my grandparents do, but my mom, she brings it out every now and again. And what's weird is when I was younger, I actually had a slight British accent as
Did you
well.
really?
Yeah.
You have to ask your dad on their first date if he could understand what your mom was saying.
Oh, he did. He did. He definitely did.
So have you been to England?
I haven't. I actually am trying to plan on going either this summer or the next summer because
Okay.
I still have family that's over there. It's always been a dream of mine to go visit them and actually just see the different culture and the other side of me really.
Now, do they know you're playing basketball at UC Irvine? Or are they listening to Mark Roberts on KUCI?
I know they know I'm going to school out here because Facebook, the social media. But I talk to them not very much, but they know I'm doing very well. And there's times where I do have contact with them and they know how I'm doing.
Okay, England, we got to get the international numbers up on KUCI. So listen into Alex's games since he's starting. You also have a younger sister who I'm told is more athletic than you are.
Oh man, I don't know who told you that. No, but my sister, she's actually a freshman this year. She's at the high school I attended last year, which is Phoenix High School. She actually played varsity volleyball this year as a freshman, so I always tried to get her to play basketball, but she pushed it to the side and said, "No, I'm going to play volleyball." But I'm very supportive of that. And, I love my sister to death. She's going to be a great volleyball player someday. Hopefully she comes here. That'd be nice. She just got to put in the work and, continue to get better. But she's not more athletic than I am. Let's just clear that up.
Did you ever play volleyball? Where did she pick up volleyball? If watching you grow up and play basketball, did you do any other sports?
Me, personally, I played football growing up until about the 8th grade.
Okay.
And I ran track 7th grade. And then I just fell in love with basketball once I hit high school. And that's just been a passion of mine ever since.
Okay, I'm told that you're practically the mayor in your hometown. There are billboards, posters of you.
No billboards or posters, but I'm pretty well known around the area, But being from a small town where I'm from, it's gonna happen if you went to a small school like I did and you just made I've made a lot of people proud back home. I've always been told that, and I get constant text messages, Facebook messages, just saying how proud people are back home. But the mayor, I don't know.
Maybe next year.
Hopefully.
You're also part Hispanic?
No, I don't know
No?
who told you that. It
I
was
heard
probably
your
Reed. Reed probably told you something about that because my middle name is actually Cortez.
Yeah, so where's the middle name coming from?
The middle name comes from my uncle.
Okay.
My uncle is not Hispanic at all.
Okay.
So
Hispanic blood.
No Hispanic
Okay.
blood. I don't know where his middle name came from. I don't know if he's got something down the line, but
Okay.
yeah, my middle name is Cortez, and a lot of people do get confused with that.
Okay, so you speak no Spanish.
No Spanish.
Okay.